In any case, who would have thought that silver would go up to 3 digits? But this is exactly what is starting to happen in China. As we go on, I will explain what I mean. Yes, there is currently triple-digit silver. Before I get into that, let me tell you what's going on in China. I've been keeping a close eye on it, mostly thanks to the smart comments of Oriental Ghost at X. He has given us a lot of information about the Shanghai Gold Exchange and the Futures Exchange. We have noticed that the silver markets in the West and the East are not the same. Before I go any further, I want to remind you about Summit Metals, our channel sponsor and one of the companies that is growing the fastest. By the way, their logo is great. If you want to buy or sell precious metals in the future, click the link in the description below to see how great their customer service is. This is the most recent news story about what happened in China's silver capital. It was published just a few hours before this video was made. According to a recent report from CCTV Financial News, Yongjing in Shanghu, a province in Hunan, China, is the country's silver capital. Also, most stores in the area are out of silver bars. He tells us that there are long lines to buy gold and silver in East Singapore, and this is likely to happen in Western markets as well. Some people in the US are even talking about how long the lines are at some stores, so it's just amazing and mind-blowing to see. I guess this is going to happen no matter how much it costs right now. I think that customers are becoming more aware and buying things in stores. It's exciting. I've always been good at buying silver, but I've never been good at selling it. I understand why some people would want to cash out, but I think it's important to have some wealth that isn't tied to this system. So I'm a long-term investor. Now we're getting to the good part of this talk about silver prices in the hundreds. Most people here know that the two markets are not the same, and that there are chances to make money by buying silver in China at a higher price than in the US. For instance, the most recent report from the Shanghai Gold Exchange and the Futures Exchange was from October 17th, 2025. The closing price of silver in US dollars was $53.33, but in the US it was $51.90, plus or minus a few cents. Because of this, there is already a small difference between the Chinese, Asian, and Western markets. The price in London. But raw silver is a new way to measure silver. What is raw silver anyway? I thought it was just raw silver at first because I had never heard of it before. The silver is sold in blocks or other shapes, like door bars. In fact, they're just blocks of 15 kilogram silver raw bars that have been refined to 3 nines fine. I've also seen movies where they are slabs of silver. People who buy and move these kinds of things. According to the most recent reports I saw, the price has gone up from $57 to $59. This is now a range. Prices ranged from one number to a range of numbers, with the lowest being $61.33 per ounce and the highest being $128.68 per ounce. Yes, I get it. Interesting to think about. That, on the other hand, shows how much people want silver. The data backs this up by showing that the silver vault on the Shanghai Futures Exchange holds 920 kilograms, which is a loss of 62 kilograms per day and 249 tons per week. I can't believe it. I can't say for sure if this has never happened before, but there is a lot of movement. With the price of silver around the world getting close to $53 per ounce, it looks like China really needs it. The price of silver could have changed by the time you see this video. We'll either see a recovery and get better right away, or we'll keep getting hit like we did on Friday. I don't think it will fix the problem in any way. I think that lower prices will make it easier for people to buy silver, as we are seeing now and will continue to see in the East. This will eventually help silver prices rise again. The Shanghai Gold Exchange's silver stockpiles fell 30 kilograms per week to 1,108 kilos, which is in line with reports of physical delivery in Hong Kong and record depletions. This made the supply even tighter for industrial customers like solar panel manufacturers, who are having a great time in China right now. That will also make things a lot worse, for sure. The analysis says that silver prices could go up because exchanges are trying to keep the metal, which would make claims of an abundance of supply seem less credible, even though COMEX stocks have stayed pretty much the same. That's all there is to it. People are acting this way because they are worried about tariffs. Because of this, London has very little silver, but the COMEX has a lot. We are seeing problems here right now, and London is definitely under a lot of stress. In fact, they're trying to run out of supplies in London by taking a lot of silver out of the COMEX. This study is very interesting. There is something there. And believe me when I say it makes you think about the future and how long this will last. It could last longer than I thought. It looks like London will be reunited soon, or at least stop being in crisis mode. And it looks like there is some evidence to back it up. But in China, I get the feeling that the opposite is about to happen. I also think this will make the gap in market share between the East and West even bigger. Keep in mind that China uses and buys most of the silver in the world. That is especially true in China. More and more Chinese businesses and institutions are buying silver, though. That matters to people. Why? Because China has such a large population and the price of gold is going up so quickly, silver has become the better choice. There is a chance there because the gold to silver ratio has been very high during the last few bull runs for both metals. The ratio has not gone down as much as many of us thought it would. People are taking advantage of what they think are chances there. What does this mean for us Americans? There isn't much, really, except maybe price pressure in the East or West compared to the East. In short, this will make the idea of silver's bull run stronger, and who knows, maybe even the idea that prices will stay above $50 for a long time. Yes, I get it. In short, the sharp drop we saw on Friday was still more than $50 per ounce, even at the lowest point of the price drop for that time period. We will be keeping an eye on the markets as we start this trading week, but I am writing this before the markets open. I think the current course will be good for making people in the East panic, because we see an arbitrage opportunity, a wider range for raw silver, and a possible panic. I think it's important that it's currently trading in a range. Unless someone else can point to past examples of such a wide range of trades, this is almost 4 times as much, going from $61.33 to $128.68. I have to admit, though, that I think that a lot of what is happening right now is new in some ways. When will things go back to how they were? I think it will. What I'm trying to say in this piece is that things can get worse before they get better. It is very interesting to see how all of this plays out. I think we should be thinking about our portfolios right now, especially in a way that we can see them. Like this. I also hope you can at least keep your stacks. Keep in mind that the price of silver could drop at any time. So if you want to buy more, do it at your own pace, based on what you know about the market. There are some things you just can't control. It's very unpredictable and changes a lot in many ways. But I still think silver is a good investment for the next few months. Pullbacks are usually good, even when we have a dip or a long period of consolidation, except for what happened for part of the day on Friday. They are in good health, There are likely to be more of these, along with consolidation and the new silver support. So, I am looking forward to that. I will do my best to keep you up to date on everything that is going on in the precious metals business. That's why I do this. I hope you enjoy it. Please consider giving the channel a thumbs up and subscribing. So, the algorithm gets better. Now that I've gotten everything out of the way, I want to thank you for watching and for hitting the like, share, comment, and subscribe buttons. You are